Hey,
How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Man, I'm doing well. Trying to, I've been shooting outside the last few days, so I've been getting used to that. Now I'm back inside. It's a
Yep.
little warm today. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to set, what I'm saying, exactly where I want to be and all of that. But, yo, I really appreciate you for taking the time and rocking with me today. Look, you ain't even know what the show was or what I had going on. You was just
No,
like,
I've been
I'll
on
do it.
social media
Okay, what we
hiatus.
doing? You was like, when you need me, what you need me for? Like, but I really appreciate you rocking with me like that. So,
Of course.
welcome to the Dessie show. A reason that I really wanted you on is because you're one of the people that, we've been knowing each other for a minute, but we've most recently started to kind of figure out like, hey, we should work together on some projects. We should figure this out, whether it's some
Hmm.
fashion shows or events or whatever it is it might be. Obviously, right now, this is kind of switched up a little bit, but I feel like we both are big networkers and know a lot of the same people, but we know different people as well. So I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that the people on my platform and the people that follow me know you and all the great things that you have going. So please tell the audience a little bit about yourself and what you do, so people kind of know.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for even just hitting me up and thinking of me. Like I said, I had really just been on a social media hiatus during this time. It was a lot going on, just in the
Obviously.
outlets and the news and everybody's different opinions. So I took a step back, and when you hit me up, I had really just got back on,
Hmm.
and saw what you were doing. I was like, of course, I can always count on Dessie to definitely be coming through with the innovative stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of connect the city together, like the execution, the people that you were picking. It made complete sense, just off of what you are and what I know about you, and
Yeah.
all the way, looping around to now. So I definitely appreciate you always just trying to, connect people and not be the stereotypical way that people perceive Dallas,
Exactly.
individuals and creatives to be. So I
Hmm.
appreciate that for sure. But yeah, for those who don't know me, my name is Bionca. I currently live in Dallas. I really work in the creative services area. I started a company when I was in college, really geared just towards helping freelancers at the time when I was in college. There was a lot of that going on, a lot of artistry, a lot of creatives that I saw were challenged in trying to, put themselves out into the world in a professional way. So websites, I got into portfolios, I did EPKs for artists. And I started working with some people in Dallas. I worked with DJ ASAP for a long time.
Shout
Um,
out to ASAP.
Yep, shout out to ASAP. I worked with some hotels in Dallas, like the Statler and the Hilton.
Hmm.
Also, I'm in corporate America now after graduating college, and I'm in IBM. So I also extend my services internally to, presentation creating.
And that's
And
super
just
dope. I didn't know if you were gonna mention that or not, but I really wanted to mention IBM because some people see you, they just think you're a pretty face, they just think
yeah,
you're around. Like, no, you got your head on straight, you making it happen. You work for IBM, you got your
yeah,
own consulting company on the side, like you're doing great work. So
yeah.
I'm glad that you highlighted that.
Yeah, IBM is actually something that has really just brought everything even more together. Like I started my company in college, but even just going into IBM and getting that professional training
Hmm.
definitely just gave me what I needed to be able to also give other people that weren't being earned like that. They a lot of money into they bring in. I mean, I literally went through a whole curriculum, like I was in college again, about how to talk to CEOs of a company. What do they care
Yes.
about? What do they want to hear about? They taught us how to present effectively, how to, articulate what you're trying to say. And I feel like that's
Right.
just so essential to entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And we don't learn that from anywhere. We have to learn it ourselves. And so,
Whether that's like you said through a corporate way, or
yeah,
because college can only teach you so much, and then when you get in these spaces, usually a lot of entrepreneurs learn by messing up the bag. A lot of times, like
yeah,
you get presented with an opportunity and you may not have a mentor or somebody that you look to, and so you kind of winging it and figuring it out. Like,
yeah,
oh, I need to be prepared for these questions. Oh, okay, next time I know how to do this a little bit better. So
yeah.
it's dope
That's
that you got
exactly
some of
it.
that, with IBM.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it really just went directly into my brand. It's called Professionally You. It's
Mm-hmm.
about being professional, but also being yourself and being your creative self. I did a project in college, actually, because I was a journalism major. So I did a lot of reporting. I was getting into the news, getting into politics, really just learning
Yeah.
a wide
Uh-huh.
range of what's going on in the media.
And,
And I
and what
actually
school did you go to?
UNT repping
Oh, okay. Shout out to UNT.
Shout
Eagle
out to
claws up. Hey, I got a lot of
uh,
student loans for them. And I ain't got
yeah.
much to show for it, but I got a lot of loans from UNT.
I love UNT, honestly. It was a great place to be. We had, like, I'm telling you, I actually went to LSU first and I
Uh-huh.
transferred to UNT, and UNT has the
Yeah.
best creatives, the best entrepreneurs, the best innovators, period.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. It's
and
a great network. The
yeah,
UNT network is amazing. Like, I met so many great people through the UNT systems. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
that I still work with to this day.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I did, I went around and asked a lot of the Black young creatives that I could
Hmm.
find on campus, what did they feel about being professional? What did that mean to them? Just the word in general. I just, when I say professional, what does that mean to you?
Yeah,
And I got a lot after doing that. I turned it into a whole project and presented it and everything. But what I found was a lot of the young and Black entrepreneurs were feeling like that didn't associate with who they were entirely. I don't want to be too professional, but I also, want to do this. When I think about professional, I think about a suit and tie, and I'm
yeah,
like,
super button up and uncomfortable and stuffy.
that's
Yeah.
not, that's what the media said being professional is.
Hmm.
That's not. It's being articulate. It's presenting a website that has your services and who you are on it. It's about
Right.
having a sponsorship deck to go to the
Yeah,
people who
and it's
have
about
money,
building your personal brand. Like,
building your
okay, these
personal
are things that
brand.
I'm into. These are things I'm not into. To make sure that you're, and I'm glad you even mentioned that, because a lot of times, like when I work on different projects, that's where I kind of go back to is my personal brand. Is this something that I'm into? Is this something that I want to be associated with?
Yep.
Like I love Boosie music, but a lot of times I use Boosie as an example. I'm
Yeah.
like, for me to do a big like concert or project with him, like his fans aren't really necessarily the people that I'm trying to go after. So,
Yeah.
outside of just getting the money only, it's kind of useless. You know what I'm saying?
It
So
is.
it ain't even no
It
sense in associating my
is.
brand with that necessarily.
People connect with people at the end of the day, no matter if you own a company, or if you're just a freelancer and it's just you. I've
Yeah.
started there and gone there. It's still about the connection part of it. And if you can't, be yourself and also be professional and you, like you said, just resonate with, who you are and who other people are and what you bring to the table, it's not
Yeah.
gonna work. So that's the key, and that's what I really just try to spread and
Yeah.
talk about and coach people through Professionally You. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So how has obviously I know you do a lot of events, fashion shows, things like that. So how has the pandemic affected that, and how are you kind of staying motivated and working through that as well?
Yeah, the world stopped.
For sure.
Literally. I had stuff that was coming up. I had a music festival coming up. I had 2 entrepreneurship conferences coming up. One being my own, which is Dream Conference. All of that was just like, okay, we gotta innovate. We gotta do something
Hmm.
different. We gotta do some more research. We gotta see what's really out there now.
Yeah.
And honestly, I have taken this quarantine as a blessing for me personally.
Hmm.
And I hope other people can find a way to see it that way, just
Yeah.
because I have propelled myself into research of live shows. How can you capitalize off of a live show? What type
Right.
of sponsors can you get? You know, what type of companies are even looking to sponsor these, or what type of statistics can I bring to a company who hasn't sponsored a live show and show
Right.
them what the value of it is?
Yeah.
I would have never looked into that at this time had it not been for quarantine.
Yeah.
So it's really just been a learning process for me. How can we, because this is not over, you know, like.
Yeah, it's definitely going to last for a while. A lot of
It's
concerts and
gonna last.
tours were pushed back into 2021. Like, we thinking, okay, they're about to open up Texas today and then tomorrow we back. Like,
No.
nah, this is completely different. And like, I've been seeing like, I think it may have been Essence or Ebony Magazine. I forget which one, but one of them had recently had like an online conference, you know, because now people can't get around. So some of those conferences that you may have been experiencing in person, now we got to go online with that and use technology, whether that's Zoom or, you know, a FaceTime or just different things like that. WebMD, well, not WebMD, WebEx. But
we use WebEx at IBM, but you know, really just trying to find new ways to connect to people. Like even the live stuff, some innovation has to be done, because at the end of the day, I mean, I think it sifts out people. You know, you really care about your craft and what you're doing, you're gonna be on them live shows for sure. It gives you it's a completely different thing from a physical event. So the things that attracted people to go to physical events are not the same things that attract someone to go to a virtual event.
Yeah. I'm actually working on putting a networking event together, because that's one thing that people don't realize that we're missing right now. We're missing the opportunity to connect. So I'm going to do, you know, an online networking event. And one of the advantages to that is if you go to a networking event and there's somebody that you want to meet, you may not get a chance to talk to them because there's a line of 5 or 10 other people waiting to speak to them as well. Well, if we do an online event, now you can at least message them. You at least get their name and some of their contact information. So that's one of the things that's kind of one of the next big things that I'm working on, is like a networking.
I love that. I love that. That's so valuable. That's so valuable. I really love that, because that intimacy is what can take somebody to the next level. It's that one thing that somebody says to you, that one piece of advice, that one connection. You're always like that one step away from really elevating, not even just changing your life, being drastic, but just elevating to the next level, getting, you know, in that direction. So I'm definitely gonna be looking out for that.
And with this, I've actually been, with everything going on, I've been encouraging people to reach out to people that they don't normally reach out to, whether that's a business associate or someone that you might even want to get to know more, because right now people are more likely to answer that email or answer that phone, or even, you know, if you slide in somebody DM, they're more likely to see that now, because they're, you know, the world has slowed down. So you kind of pay attention to those things, whereas you were going to, you know, 100 miles an hour. Now you're slowing down and like, oh, let me get back to this person. Let me take this call. So that's what, you know, I kind of
a lot better at that. I be moving and just not connecting at all, just going. So I have definitely seen the change in myself. Just now I can text people back. Now I can you know, do that, which I should have been doing, but this has helped me make that more of a habit, you know. So when stuff opens back up, it's a smooth flow. I can respond now, you know. I see some of my friends on that they be knowing it take about good 3 times to text or call me before.
Who was that? It was I saw a sermon by T.D. Jakes yesterday, and he was talking about, you know, when we pray, we are supposed to bother God. And he just put it into the same situation. Like, a lot of times we'll meet somebody and we'll get a contact information on them, but we don't want to bother them, so we never reach out. And it's like, well, if I gave you the number, then you should bother me. I wouldn't have gave you my phone number if I didn't want you to reach out. So, you know, I've been more mindful of that, of making sure I follow up with people and truly try to connect. So talk about, you know, because I don't want to hold you for long, but talk about how people can reach out to you or what kind of clients you're looking for, or if, or your website, you didn't mention what your website is. How can people kind of connect with you? And what do
Yeah,
you do?
so you can connect with me on Instagram. I honestly think that's the best place. It's direct. It puts a notification on my phone just like a text message. So if you're trying to connect me, you want to just collaborate on what you're doing with events. Maybe you just want to know what the blueprint of how to do that is, and you got it from there. Whether that is, where can I get the best information on how to build a website if you want to learn that skill. I do Canva training as well. So I literally teach people from start to finish how to put together their own sponsorship deck, how to put together their own event deck. So you don't have to buy it from me. You just get a training course and do it. Or if you don't want to do it, I'm here. My team of 3 people are here as well to help put that together for you, help you walk you through that process. A lot of people don't know what.
Yeah, and I think that's really dope that you use Canva and you use a lot of apps and things like that. I think that's really dope because a lot of people aren't really familiar with Canva and how you can use that for graphics. You can use it for flyers and decks and everything like that. They just using stuff for memes and like small things.
I've been doing Canva training and talking about it for a long time because it's such an amazing asset. It literally runs my business for me. So, and if you for me, I've been using it for almost 5 years now. So I can do something from scratch and actually create without having to learn how to do Photoshop and everything else.
Exactly.
That takes that time. But Canva, it literally, you can start off with a template and you can change stuff up how you want. You can build that up yourself and self-teach yourself and self-learn that skill. You can use that to make extra money on the side. You can use that for your own events. You can really do so much with it. So I'm always an advocate. But yeah, reach out to me. I love just even having these conversations you and I.
For sure.
That's what it's about, and just connecting. Canva. That's how you spell Canva. But just being able to connect.
And when you have those trainings and things coming up, please make sure you tag me and send them to me so that way I can promote them on my page as well. I want to be a resource to you. And is there anybody else that you need to shout out before you get out of here? I'm probably going to be reaching out to you to get back on maybe in the next couple of weeks as things change, so you can kind of talk about how that's affecting everything, because they're trying to open us back up slowly. But so there will be things that we can do, but still things that we need to do online primarily. So anybody else you need to shout out before we get out of here?
Yeah, I'll say the things that I definitely have about to start back up soon as Outside opens back up is a music festival that I'm partnering up with RKJ on. I also have a show with them.
What up, RKJ? That's my dog.
Yep, shout out to him. And also working with King Ashley Ann on Instagram. She's a social media. She teaches how to monetize in social media. She has a conference that we're working on. Of course, shout out to Dream Conference, the team associated with that, Flex and Justin.
What up, Flex?
The whole team. Shout out to them. Our conference, we're going to be doing that pretty soon, just trying to get all the innovations together. So, other than that, I really appreciate you for having me. I'm watching, keeping up with whoever's next so I can learn a little something. Other than that, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you so much, and I'll be texting you later on just to check back in. But thank you so much, and I'll begin with you soon.
Okay, bye.
All right, peace.